It's Madden NFL 24, and this defense features Shaq Thompson. He was terrific defensively last week with 11 tackles. It's the Panthers and the Blues under the lights on Sunday night.
BA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Blues of St. Louis taking on the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team. On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row. And what? Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback. And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team. That throw by Young incomplete. When you look at this defense, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore. If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it. I might curl up in the fetal position. That's not a bad idea. I don't think he's going to do that, though. Young on 3rd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Counter now, it's Sanders. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. 1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. It's taken to the 26. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league. And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week. He was a manager. He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations. Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now former 6th-round pick, it's Elijah Mitchell. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
The numbers last week for Mitchell. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Blues.
And they're going to motion Dotson to the left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Throwing here, Howell. Got a man, that's Richie James. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Howell will throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. And his throw is incomplete. Look at this defense. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no fly.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sand. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Young. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Howell out of the shotgun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 1. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Has his man, that's James. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 19 yards there on the catch and run. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
They'll go play action. Howell. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw, Howell. Out left to Dotson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone. They'll run with Mitchell. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Mitchell again. He gets away from 1, and he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. Trying the power game with Ham. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. C.J. Ham, his 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
And Young's throw there incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And he stopped immediately there. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Howell down to throw it. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell.
2 yards on the pickup there. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And off-balance throw there. It's going to wind up incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
The Panthers now set to take over offensively.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now they run the option on 2nd down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 14
yards that time. 1st down to the keeper. Sanders up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll try to throw now. Young. Hunter Henry brings it in. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Now Young. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing, Young. For Marshall, that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 13-yard line.
Young to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Henry.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Young from the shotgun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Jonathan Mingo.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Panthers are back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Powell's throw on target to James. Touchdown! Richie James, 48 yards. And the Blues are able to stretch out their lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Sly on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Off the play fake, Young. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Panthers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now here's Young. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And taken down just shy of the 40.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Here's Young. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Young to throw it. Open man down the field is Henry. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
From the red zone now, Young. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4. To throw, Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Hunter Henry from 8 yards out. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Howell from the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's James. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Howell. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take it down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
1st and 10, Young. He's got a man, that's Marshall. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was the Jaguars who pick up the win at home. Calvin Ridley leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. From there, let's head up to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Lamar Jackson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And then on Monday night, folks, you are in for a treat. They've got a good one lined up between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought the first half, it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now they go play action with Howell. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
Second and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Faking the handoff, Howell. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Here's Howell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marshall. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Young now. Flushed out right. Good coverage downfield. And taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I'll let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one in the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal.
Now Young. Touchdown, Panthers. Adam Thielen from 6 yards away. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Powell.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
2nd down and 4.
45-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Howell. That's another one complete to...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
So here are the Panthers set to take over.
They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Young now after the fumble recovery.
A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Young.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a
first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just.
And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. There he goes, right side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Powell throwing on 3rd down here. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Terry McLaurin, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Blues have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Slide for the PAT. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control of that. They're going to look a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Young will set to throw. Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Looking to throw, Young. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Marshall. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And Young's throw there incomplete. But the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so.
So give them 3 on that drive. And, you know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after getting up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now he'll look to throw it. And that is incomplete. Here's Tressway now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Let's take it at around the 40. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. second down, back to Sanders. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Young looks to throw on first down. He completes this one to Mingo. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
They go play action. Young. And that will not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on third down? From the shotgun, it's Young. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he returns this to the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. It's Howell. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Howell tried to pick it up on third. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
All this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Young off the play fake. Henry's got it on the left side. They'll get through as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now Young. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as the tackle made it about the 44-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
A good burst there, gets him 7 up to midfield.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount. He got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Holding on. 7 catches for him now. This last one, the first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Open man is Mingo, complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, Young. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught by Sanders. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. A big one coming for kicker Eddie Pinheiro. This to swell the lead to 6. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 76 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Faking the handoff. Howell. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the Panthers, defense.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues,
and a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Moore. And the Panthers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go again with Sanders. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. It's a second down run with Sanders. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll run. It's Sanders.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble. And there it is, Brandon, taking a knee. They get their first win of the season. They're now 1-3. And I remember when a 1-3 start meant you didn't even talk about going to the playoffs. Nowadays in the NFL, you still got a shot.
Yeah, and a big difference between 1-3 and 0-4.
I think they're going to practice really well next week, riding this momentum of this win.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Panthers, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.